So, you're struggling with viewers. You've got no viewers, or you've got minimal, and you want to grow. Well, let's see what we can do for you. And hopefully, with a bit of hard work and determination and listening to these guidelines, we'll get you there. So, keep tuned, and we'll see what we can get done. There are several things you need to make sure of. The first rule being, what are your stream settings? That's as simple as it is. It's basically, what quality are you uploading in? Are you streaming in 1080p or 720p, 480, that sort of things? Basically, anything less than 720, people will not come and watch you because they'll be thinking, this is low quality. I'm not seeing a clear amount of the stream, because people like to be able to read chat or what's on your screen, and 480 or less, it really is hard to read anything on the screen as a result. So, how do we check that? Let's have a look. Right, so how do I look at my resolution? Go down to settings, down here, at your bottom right of the screen, as you can see down here. Go to video down here, and then you've got your output. You've got your base, which is what your screen is at, 1080p in my case, and then you've got your scaled output resolution. That's your key one. 720 I've got, but you can have all of these settings. As I said, forget the 480 and lower. Forget them. You want to be looking at 1080 or 720. They're your key ones. At least 720 and above. Even any of these will be acceptable. Then what you want to do is you want to go to output. Go to advanced. And this is the settings I've got at the moment. Purely because of my internet, I'm actually running my stream at 250 kbps. I would like to go higher and go to 1080, and I'm probably going to do that again very soon. And CBR is the one I've got, which is compulsory base rate. And then you've got your variable bitrate as well. So you've got your compulsory bitrate and your variable bitrate. Those are very, very useful. The compulsory means it's basically going to run at 2,500 kbps, or as close to as it can. It'll basically do that. Variable will try and run it as close to 2,500 kbps as a result. Don't worry about that side of things too much. Obviously, make sure you've got enough bitrate to be able to run the stream to your resolution. Play with those settings. Play with them. Get it right. Do a few recordings or do a few very short test streams. See if they're actually blocky or not. If they're blocky, deal with it. Increase your BPR, your base bitrate. That's your key thing, along with your resolution. If it's unreadable, the text, knock it up. 720 should be more than sufficient. 1080, people do go to 1080s more than they do 720s. So if you can run a 1080 stream, go for it. Honestly, go for it. But 720 is the absolute minimum I would recommend for streaming. So, what else should I look at? Well, let's have a look at Rule 2. Game category to stream in. Honestly, that is more vital than you want to think about. Think about it. You do not want a really oversaturated game, because you're just going to get lost in it. Why? Okay, well, let's have a look into the reasons and categories you should be streaming in and shouldn't be streaming in. Let's have a look together. Okay, so let's have a look, bit more detail, what I mean by what game category to have a look at. Valheim, really popular game at the moment, but not the most by a long way. 4,800 viewers. Again, probably more than that because that's rounded to the nearest 100 effectively. 385 viewers, 295 viewers, 276 viewers. Even on second line, 79 viewers. Think about how many numbers you've got and how many people will come to your channel on a regular basis, no matter what you're streaming. Because if you're a variety streamer or you're going into a particular game, you need to know that those people, that your loyal ones, are coming to you. Me, I currently have around about 20 to 30, maybe average viewers. If I'm playing other games, maybe more, sometimes maybe less. So let's have a look. That's row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, and I'm just getting to the 30, and that's the top end. Row 5, 7. So I'd be on row 8. Let's say it's a bad day. Row 8. People do not scroll down that far. This is a relatively quiet, more modern game. Think about where you might be scrolling down. How many are they? Would you have scrolled down to be able to watch this guy? Would you? I don't know what he's like. If you've got 4 viewers, that's where you'll be. If you're getting basically nobody, you're getting 1 maybe or no, you're really, really going to have to go down some to be able to be found. And if you are wanting a category, would you scroll down that far? Now let's have a look at Call of Duty Warzone. Already 50,000 viewers. 3,200. Even on line 2, 191. Where would I be? Let's see. Line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On a good day. 10, 11. 11 lines down. This is just English as well. The other one was worldwide. This is just English ones. I'm on 11. Maybe 12. Again, would they scroll down? I don't know. Will I get any new viewers because of this? Think about it. If you're smaller than me, where you would be. Have a look at these numbers. 6, 5, 7. I don't know how that was out of order, but 4. Let's say you've got 1 or 2 viewers. Still not there. You're at the 2s, really. 1s. Would you have gone down this far? This is a question you've got to be asking yourself. I mean, yes, I noticed that somebody here, stream starting, that might be reason why they're so low. They might shoot up when they get enough. But still, think about it. These people might have been playing for hours. This is why I don't stream them. So what games should I be thinking about streaming in? Well, again, it depends on your categories that you like, what sort of games you like. But we'll have a look at what I would suggest and things as a result. Right, so here we are. The Long Drive. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but at the end of the day, this is a game I've streamed a lot. I had a world record in 1,000 kilometer speedrun. So, you know, I know this game. It has a low... There's people playing it, but there's not that many. You're going to be on the first, maybe second row. There are quieter times of the day. There's busier times of the day. So, yeah, that is a good sort of thing you're looking at. You've got 112 viewers. You've still got plenty of people following that category, but you've got 112 viewers, mostly due to this person. Who are actually streaming English. They're probably really well known. So honestly, it's a good category to be looking at. Now, everybody who knows me knows how I started up. My summer car. So here we are. 1,100 viewers. This is a good turnout today. But you're pretty much going to be on row 2. No matter what. People will spot you. And yeah, if it's not your type of game, fine. But think about what I'm trying to say. Look at what your numbers are going to be. Are you going to be in the top 2, maybe 3rd line? There's only 3 lines. So you are going to be in the top 2, 3 easily. People will, it doesn't take long. And don't forget, this is all sorts of languages here. If you just tuned it to English, you'd be even higher up. But how many people do that? You know, I mean, you've got 2 big streamers. One in a foreign language to me, and you got another in English. Big streamers, always there. And you know, it's great. It's a growing community. The game's going to come out into release soon. Another good one. I stream on a regular basis to this day. Farming. Now, yes, there's 2,600 viewers right now, but look at the figures. This is the thing. This is what I'm trying to say a little bit is, where are your figures in this? Yes, there's 422 watching this guy. The first English streamer has, don't know, but you're looking at that side of things. But looking at globally, if looking at me, you're looking at 1, 2, 3. I might be on the 4th line. Now, I usually stream in mornings UK time, and this is recorded in the evening UK time, so it is a higher thing. So look at your time of day as well. Do look at the time of your day when you're actually looking at these levels, because they are critical. But honestly, line 1, 2, 3, pretty much guaranteed to be on 4. I was on 40 viewers today when I was playing this game. So I would have been at my peak, line 3. Yeah, it's pushing it a bit, but I'm still getting spotted. Don't push it too much. Don't be down here. You know, I mean, I'm saying it's a good category. It is if you've built yourself up. This is what you want to work toward. One last thing when it comes to this. Let me have a look at this myself. There are games that are out there that just do not have any viewers. And let's have a look at something like that. Car Mechanic Simulator. 2021. There are viewers, but only 15. Unless you've built up a good community, people are not necessarily going to come and follow you for that. PC Building Simulator. Pretty much dead. So will you get spotted in these? Will people search for them? It's a harder one to look for. And of course, there's ones that are completely dead out there. So don't go for a dead game. But don't go for an oversaturated one. Go for something that's always got something there. Have a look across several days at the time frame you would be streaming at. That does nicely lead on to something else. So, what else? Let's have a look. Well, we briefly touched on it when I was going through what categories you should be streaming in and not streaming in. Obviously, if you're huge, go for any game you want, Minecraft or whatever. But if you're small and struggling to make it, you know. But the thing you need to think about the most is, what time of day are you going to be streaming? If you are going to be streaming like me at 10 in the morning till, say, 2, maybe 3 in the afternoon, that's the time you need to be looking at when you'll be discovered. There's no point looking at 3 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the evening, because it's irrelevant. Different audiences at different times. So Think about that, which is rule 3. Regular stream times. Seriously, it makes a difference. I stream every day at a set time, maybe a few bonus streams elsewhere, and they're never as good turnout as their main streams. So everybody knows at 10 o'clock UK time, I will be streaming. Unless, of course, there's a problem or whatever it is. You know, life happens. Or I'm on holiday. You know, but it's regular stream times. Make that schedule. Monday, 10 o'clock. Tuesday, 10 o'clock. Type thing, you know. It doesn't have to be 10 o'clock every day of the week. It can be, you know, as long as every Monday you're streaming at that time, or every Tuesday you're streaming at that time. If it's 2 days a week, whatever, they will get to know what your stream times are without looking at your schedule. And utilize that schedule if you can as well. Really, utilize it. It's there for a reason. So, honestly, that's the key thing. So let's have a look at that in a little bit more detail. So, here we are. This is my schedule. This is my past 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I had Wednesday off. 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. That is purely because I had technical issues. I went live for a short while, had technical issues with the internet, and I came back. Yes, my stream suffered a little bit, but it picked up eventually again when other people started working. But this is what I'm trying to say. Utilize your schedule. This is my next week's schedule. Every day has something in it, and it's going to be 10 o'clock every day. If yours is going to be Monday, 10 o'clock start, Tuesday, 12 o'clock start, Wednesday off due to you working, Thursday off because you're working, whatever it be, utilize this schedule and, more importantly, stick to it. If you don't stick to it, they're not going to know that on that day you are going to be live. I know it sounds harsh, but if you make a schedule and don't stick to it, why would I come to your stream at 10 o'clock? Because you just haven't gone live. Why? Would you come to my stream if I wasn't going to be live guaranteed at 10 o'clock? Would you? There you go. I mean, yes, you might when you're finding me for the first time, but if you get to like me, then that's what it is. That's how it is. And this schedule here is at the viewer's time. So it's showing for me 10 a.m. If you're in Germany, that'll show us 11 a.m. because Germany are an hour ahead of me. And so forth, you know. It'll show at your time where you are from. So bear that in mind. Utilize what Twitch is offering you. Really, utilize it. Think about the days you are going to be free and be able to say, yes, this day I can stream. This day I can't stream. What time can I be on things like that? Make sure you keep to it as accurately as possible. So, what else? I nearly forgot. Rule 2, effectively, could have been, but it's going to be Rule 4. Audio settings. It is as simple as that. It's not just your mic. Honestly, it's not just your desktop sound, your game sound. It is every little aspect of it. So let's have a look at that a little closer, shall we? So here we go with one other really good tip into more detail. Audio mixer. Look at your audio mixer in detail. Are your clips too loud? Is your desktop too loud? Is your microphone too loud? Is your microphone clear? Because if you've got a buzz in the background, like for example, I'll explain that as well. I mean, you can see the balance levels. Say that's my desktop sound because it's a really good idea. You can see where it's going to, even on mute. You don't want it to necessarily be as high as that. You could possibly bring it down. You don't want it in the red. You don't want anything really in the red. You can see my microphone. It's slightly higher than the main sound of the clips, which also is about the same level as my audio usually. Because, you know, I try to balance things. That is key. Do a recording. Do a recording, literally, and listen to it back. And can you understand everything? Is everything clear enough for you? Is the game audio, which would be desktop audio, for example, overthrowing your voice because it's so loud in comparison? Make sure they're sorted. Let's have a look at the mic slightly different. I think I've gone through this in one of my previous tutorials on OBS setup itself, but the one I'm looking at in particular is the filters. Right click your microphone or whatever you're wanting to put filter on. Select filters, and here I've got 4 different ones, 3 of them active. So just think about it. If I go to raw mic right now, watch my microphone while I'm quiet, yeah? Nothing. You saw that completely. No noise whatsoever, because you can see that bar going up and down. Now, let's turn all of these off. Can you see? There is a little, and it is only a little on my mic. You might even be able to hear it. So, you know, have a look at that. If you've got a buzz, use these settings. Your noise gate, open close threshold. So what that does is if my wife comes in and wants to talk about something, she's at the other end of the room, 90% of the time, it's not going to pick her voice up, but it'll pick my voice up. It won't pick up. Did you hear that? I was clicking my mouse. Doesn't pick up your mouse. Turn them all off. And I'll spam my mouse again. And you might be able to hear the difference in my voice. So turn on noise gate. There you go. Honestly, noise gate cancels out clicks, like your keyboard, your mouse, things like that. Your gain, it's simple. It boosts your volume a bit. My microphone isn't necessarily the best without it being gained a bit. And noise suppression, another way at the same time of reducing your background noise a little bit and your buzz on your microphone. And if that doesn't do it, you can also go to just different settings. Use the CPU usage if you can do it, because it's slightly better. You know, it really does notice. So if you need to use a filter to get your sound better, utilize it. Don't be afraid. Listen to it on the recording. Play it back. Yes, I know we all hate the sound of our own voice. Well, get used to it, because guess what? Tip number 5 is coming up. So, tip number 5, I said, is coming right up. Here it is. Get used to your voice is what I said. That is because it works. As crazy it is, watching your VODs back to yourself, not necessarily the whole thing, but watching your own VODs, you can analyze that. What do I mean? Well, let's have a look and see what I mean by that, yeah? So, what do I mean by VODs? I mean, come watch your VODs. Go to Stream Dashboard Creator, go to Content, Video Producer, have a look at your VODs, click your VOD, and go to VOD. Now, if you don't save your VODs under settings, my biggest question is why not? What are you trying to hide? Once you go into your VOD by clicking Go to VOD page, this is what you're getting. A full screen here of my stream today.
Simon is flipped.
Watch it. See if you're interesting. Is it entertaining? Hell, we were bored. We all were bored because we were waiting for some stuff to do. So we had Demolition Derby. You know, enjoy it. Entertainment. Are you entertaining? Is your
Imagine
Discord
like 10
people, in this
in
case,
here.
entertaining.
No.
Are you keeping up
Yeah,
with
you know,
chat?
you can hit his
You know,
left and it's gonna
Be
freeze.
critical of yourself, because, you know, that's
Yes,
the
I
best
have a
bit.
parrot. He's called Archimedes, an
There you go.
Amazonian parrot.
And
Anyways, you
he's
better highlight
down
this.
there.
I mean, this is more than a clip. This needs to be highlighted.
The
So
whole bit needs to be highlighted, yeah.
then have a look at another part of it.
When it comes April,
So-
we can plant corn in
So,
field
yeah.
9.
Again, further on. I'm a lot further on now. Have a think about
You'll
it.
be in heaven when it comes to
We've
Reading.
calmed down. Demolition Derby's over. We've got things to do. We're working a
right.
contract.
And there's so
Are
many
you
strawberries to
entertaining?
work at the moment, it's insane.
Are you still keeping up with chat?
That's funny that he can never worked on the strawberries.
Analyze it. Pick it to pieces.
Have you not seen
If you see something,
Wow.
that you made?
see?
That one. I mean, never worked in farming simulator strawberries.
But yeah,
Not
we're having a
some other
chat.
ones.
He's going to
Interact
make his
with
own,
everybody.
strawberry farm in the community one.
If you can have
Once he
somebody in
knows
the
how.
background,
We'll get
like
to teach.
Eric is in the background there.
Demand is high, yes. DK,
You see what I'm
talking
meaning?
about things like that. When are you?
I hope you
streaming
do.
today?
Because if you can't pick your own
And if so, when?
messages apart, then or your own content apart, then how are you going to be able to improve? Because your friends will be polite, your family will be polite,
I'm working on
your
something.
viewers,
Oh.
if they're not entertained, will go away. They might not tell you why they've gone
Answer
away.
The question: Are you planning to stream today?
It's down to you to analyse your own work, your own content. And if you
You're
can't
still
do that,
working on, though.
that might be why you don't have something, because you might not be engaging. Oh, and always keep talking in some way or another. Try not to have too many quiet periods. Yes, the odd bit is
Well,
there,
depends
especially
if
if
you
you're
get
reading.
finished.
But you know what I'm meaning. If you're silent, who's going to come and watch you? If you've got that
There
zero
might have been
at the
a reason
bottom
why
of
I
your
was
screen,
asking that, you see.
fine. You've got 0 viewers. Twitch is slow to update. Doesn't mean that somebody's come in, thought, this guy's shut up. Even with camera, if you're not talking,
Because maybe, just maybe, after this feed,
you know, if Twitch takes a minute to
welcome back,
update,
Lemmy. I might be thinking
then
about raiding out.
why are you still
Depends how long it takes
silent?
me to do this field, though.
Because that person might have come and gone before you even notice that viewer count go up. If it ever does. So think about that. And that does lead us on nicely to yet another little bit.
That was
Okay, so the last and final tip of the day is viewer count. Yes, we all want to know how many people we have watching us. Well, stop it. That's my advice to you. Just don't bother with your viewer count. Let's have a look why. I've pretty much already covered some of this, but honestly, viewer count with Twitch up here, if you're watching that number up here, is slow to update. It can take 2 to 3 minutes sometimes for that to tick from a 0 to a 1 to whatever number it's supposed to be. Twitch is slow. Everybody says it. You watch another video about viewer count, they say Twitch is slow. So if you are sat there silent, as I said earlier, and you've got no viewers according to this, and somebody comes into your stream and you are saying nothing, I've done it myself. Gone into somebody's stream, sat there quietly for, say, 2, maybe 3 minutes. Usually the very viewer count will change during that time because I'm a bit more patient than other viewers, and they haven't said a word. I leave. They don't even know I was there. But if I go into somebody's stream and they're actively talking, even though their viewer count is 0, I'm going to stay. I'm much, much more likely to want to stay because that person is already, hopefully, entertaining me by their chatter to nobody. Okay, so you say, well, There's nobody watching me. Why would I talk? Well, I've just said it. Twitch is slow. Also, YouTubers. Most of the YouTubers do videos, pre-recorded. If you just saw the game with no commentary or no interaction from that person, you'd go, oh, I'm bored. Or not even stay. They've got to engage you somehow. And that's what you're doing to that audience that may or may not be there. Because when you get your first viewer, keep them by making sure you're already talking. If you need to make notes on topics to talk about, get a notepad, write them down. Things about your life, things that's happened in the news, anything that can entertain people. Just talk about them. They may say, oh yes, this Prime Minister is really good. And you think, no, he's horrible. But you said something like that and they've interacted saying, yes, but I think he's really good. So ask them why. You've got them. You've got that viewer. Well done. That's why you talk. With scripts if need be to some degree. The best tip of them all for a viewer count is turn it off. Just click it. You can toggle it on and off. If you've got a line there instead of a 0, you don't know. Unless somebody chats in your chat. And honestly, not everybody talks. Seriously, I've got, 30, 40 viewers sometimes on a good day, really good day, my summer car day. And probably only 10 of them maybe talk. So that's 20 to 30 viewers not talking. They're just sat watching, enjoying it. Maybe making a cup of tea. Maybe speaking with somebody and having you in the background as background noise. That's what they are. They're your lurkers. Lifeblood. You still got to keep them engaged. So if you don't know how many people you've got, honestly, I have my viewer count on. And if I really didn't want to know how much, it's hard for me. I do look at my viewer count. And yeah, I've got, say, 30 people. I'm thinking, I wish it was 40. It's always a negative thing. Your viewer count is always a negative thing. So I wish to this day I'd have turned it off from day one. I really do. Because, honestly, I can't not know. And knowing is not good either. Because I always turn it into a negative. Oh, I've only got 20. Why have I only got 20? My peak is 30. I want to get there. But when I get there, I want that bit more. You know what I mean? I get a massive raid. I'm thinking, whoa! I've got 80 people due to a big raid. Great! I go, whoa, I feel good! And then they drift away, and I'm down to 40. I'm thinking, why? Yes, it's still higher than it was. But it's never enough. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because it is the best tip of them all. Turn that viewer count off. Be talking all the time. Don't be silent unless you have to be silent for whatever reason, because of story cutscene or whatever. You don't want to be talking a story cutscene, but you know what I mean. Honestly, I really hope all of this has helped you. But before we disappear, let's have a recap. Right, so recaps. Check what your stream settings are. Make sure you're running in 720 or 1080p. Don't go lower. Just don't do it. Nobody will watch you because nobody will be able to read what's going on your screen. They might be able to see the bodies moving around or whatever it is, and you moving around, but they won't be able to see how much ammo you've got because it's sort of blurry. Anything lower than 720. Rule 2. Game settings. So, game categories. Are you streaming in Minecraft? Well, there you go. That's probably one reason you're not getting noticed. Are you streaming in a game that has no viewers? Are you streaming at the... Have you done the research to be able to do the streaming at the right time, leading us on to rule 3, regular stream times. If you can stream at a certain time on Mondays, that's the time you need to be researching it to be able to know what category to be going in. If you can stream at midnight every Wednesday, then that's the time you need to be doing it. Don't be doing it at 10 o'clock in the afternoon, in the morning, because that's when you're free to do the research. If you're free to stream at that hour, that's when you do the research. Build up communities even as well. That's a new one. Build up your community. But we'll probably look at that into another one later. Audio settings. Seriously, if you've got a buzz on your mic, every mic can be fixed. Pretty much every mic can be looked at to make really good sounding, or relatively good sounding at least, so there's no major buzz. Just spend the time to do it. There's a lot of good videos out there. I've definitely covered it at least a couple of times now, I'm sure. Make sure your audio of your game is not drowning your microphone, and vice versa. Your microphone doesn't want to be so loud it's drowning the audio of the game. Yeah, you can't hear anything going on in the background because I've turned it off, because you want to be focusing on me, not the background. Yeah? So think about things like that. Rule 5. Watch your VODs. Yes, I hate my voice too. I even watch my videos that I'm putting up beforehand as I'm editing them. I hate my voice. But if you don't watch them, how do you know there's something wrong? You don't. It's as simple as that. You can improve just by watching your VODs and be critical of what, pull yourself to pieces if need be, but sort that out. Viewer count. You streaming to 0, fine, still talk. As I say, if you've got the notepad, write a few ideas down. Talk about what's going on in your life. Talk about what's going in the news. Talk about anything. If you're talking to yourself while playing a game anyway, you're halfway there. Talk about what you're doing in the game and why, just keep entertaining. Because when that 0 turns to 1, it could be too late if you're silent, because they might have gone. Well, that brings us to the conclusion of this video. It's definitely a lot. So feel free to watch this many times. Thank you for watching. Leave comments below if you want. Give me a like. Always give me a like. Thank you very much, because it helps me and everything. And I better fix my camera reader, because it works fine on my stream, but this one, a little bit iffy. But honestly, thank you very much for watching. I hope it's been great. Press that subscribe button for next ones. I'm going to be a lot more active. I'm trying to get 1 a week out from now on. So watch this space. There will be more. Might not be tutorials. It might be other videos. But yeah, do it. Keep an eye on me. And you might develop, and we might develop together. How's that? See you on the next one. Bye.